Then turn around and turn around and now wiggle, 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 wiggle. Play dead like then strike a pose like then shake the lady like dang, she fine. Then beat it up like then speed it up like make it rain like do your thing. Now let me see you now drop it to the floor, drop it to the floor then. Now lean then. Turn around and turn around and now wiggle, 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 wiggle. Play dead like then strike a pose like then shake the lady like dang, she fine. Then beat it up like then now let me see you now drop it to the floor, drop it to the floor then. Now lean then. Turn around and turn around and now wiggle, 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 wiggle. Play dead like then strike a pose like then shake the lady like dang, she fine. Then beat it up like then speed it up like make it rain like do your thing like make money like everybody like now let me see you
I love that song. It's so funny. It's so fun. So sorry I didn't come right back. But like many of you, I suggested that we take it off into private. So I think some were worried about where it might go. I don't know. If we got into too serious of a conversation or he got too drunk, who knows? But I think some people were looking out, and plus my daughter walked out, and she was clothed, but not as clothed as I like her to be. So I went ahead and deleted that live. He was wanting to come back on, but some of the stuff that we were talking about, I was like, I don't know. Like, I just hope you know what you're getting into. I really, really do. Oh, you weren't on. Were you here, Stormy, earlier? I was on earlier, and Jason came on my stream. He was trying to get on StreamYard. And I felt bad because I felt like, I was talking about him, so I felt like obligated, like I had to, it was only right. So, but at the same time, I'm like, are you sure you want to like come up here? Like, you don't understand. They're just waiting for these people lie in wait like snakes, like for the perfect moment to try to like just pounce or attack. So they're just looking for whatever they can use. I'm like, I don't know if he's ready for that. I just don't think he realizes. I really don't. He saw a little bit of that 6-up wackadoodle like the other day, and he thinks that she is like, whoa. So like, yeah, that's pretty much as bad as it gets though. Like, but you just haven't seen all the shit she does. So yeah. Like, she's used to like gangsters. She's a thug, she says. So we're not her type, and I am glad not to be her type, by the way. BTW, FYI. Live sharks. Yeah, she was clothed, but it wasn't. She had a bra and underwear on, but it'd be like a bikini, but still, it's still like, there's a bunch of weirdos online, and even though it's like a bikini, and I just seriously don't want my daughter like that either. Really. I know. I'm like, at first he had his camera on and everything. That's why I didn't like switch it live to like right away. Like, why I stayed muted longer than I wanted to was because I'm like, dude, your camera's on. Are you sure that you want to come on here? Like I don't know. Like, cause he's not a bad guy. Okay. Like, there's no reason why anybody should be mad at him. And I really mean that. If two people can't make it work, it's not his fault. Like, yeah, I'm sad, but like, it's not his fault really either. I mean, in some ways I just, I mean, if it was something really bad, like, yeah, I'd say, like, have at him. Seriously, I'd be like, I mean, I would be all for the stoning. Trust and believe. I don't like, I'm not one. Now, I will stick up for a person I'm with and stuff, but only if, like, I mean, I feel like the person I'm with would more than likely be making similar decisions as I would make, I would think. No, we're not stoning a guy is what I was hoping. He was on here earlier. So you guys, so those that were on the stream earlier, of course I was all upset, listening to love music and boo-hoo. Oh, poor me. And I was really sad, and I'm sad. I mean, I'm glad that we talked, but I mean, I would have loved for him to talk to me like before the stream, but it's okay. Like, I guess, like, you gotta take what you can get, I guess, I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm so kidding. I'm just trying to give. I just feel like giving clip channels like material. I think it's kind of fun. It's like I'm an actress, but not really. Like, I could pretend. Like, I could pretend that I'm a star of a reality TV show, or I could play just different characters or just do stupid things, and I'm like a character, and that's how I could look at it. And then I don't have to take any responsibility for any of my actions on here, because that's what all of them do anyways. Then I could just like have no guilt, no shame. And I don't have to give ever. Actually, they better be paying me, and I'm going to make sure every 5 seconds mention, hey, the super chat, if you would like to support me, be characters, then please. Is he a bastard naughty? What's that mean? Are you pretending? Like, Rennie's like, what is real right now? Yeah, I don't know. You guys, yeah, and he knows, and that's what I was telling him. I'm like, dude, like, it's just not equaling, like, what's going on. And he was like agreeing with everything I'm saying. I'm like, you're agreeing with everything I'm saying, like, then why are we having this issue? And he's like, he's like, there is something like the PTSD. I know. I mean, I know that's been, that one guy, who was it that went on? I want to talk to him since he'll be open about it. Who's the one guy that Heidi went on, like made a channel with for a short time? I really want to talk to him. What's his name? Is his name Jerry? Whoever he is, he would be awesome to talk to about it because he has PTSD and he's more open about talking about that than I think Jason would be. So, and it's a topic like he wants me to cover and I want to know anyways. So I would love to talk to that guy. Yeah, it's real life. It's real life. Yeah, I do want to talk to that Jerry guy because I heard him on when he started talking about his opening up and stuff. Like I was really like, oh my God. That guy, I love listening to that guy. About he's just able to be so real and express like what PTSD is with such ease, and it's just like I don't know. I really feel for that guy. So I would hopefully, if you ever hear this, Jerry, what's his name? Jerry. What's his channel called? Midnight Radio. Okay, yeah. Jerry from Midnight Radio. Anybody in here who knows Jerry from Midnight Radio, please have him contact me, please, because I really want to have a talk with him. I think that he's great. And he also has the gift to help others too through his experiences because he's does so well like communicating it, where some people, like a lot of people with PTSD and vets and stuff, they don't really talk about this stuff. I might have PTSD, but I don't have it from I do think I have PTSD. I've never been diagnosed with it, but I do, but not to that level. Like I've never been in combat, you know what I mean? So I would not understand. That's a whole nother level. I need somebody who's actually been also in combat that's able to talk about it more freely, like Jerry, because he's been in combat, hasn't he? That is true. That is true, Stormy. That is very, very, very true. Yes. Yep. And that's why, yeah. I'm seriously like I'm at a crossroads. He knows that. Like I'm seriously, it's like now or never. Like literally, like, and I mean now, I mean like now. Now or never. Now is like by end of today, really. It's really too late, but after that, I don't know. Who knows? Everything in here decided to tell you they're done. Okay. Gotta love them. They decided to say we're done. Who is it that said that? You have PTSD. Moulin Rouge, is it through from the military? I do want to understand, but I can only understand though too if he's honest also. Like it's just I mean, as far as I know, he's been honest, but I just need him to be like open up, you know? It's subjective. I guess that would make sense. that would make sense that it would be subjective. And so like maybe nobody can really like relate to anybody on it because it's all different. Is that what you're saying? You're too forgiving. You deserve someone next. Yeah, I know. I told him that. I said, you remember, like, you told me that I deserve it too. Like, you told me that I deserve somebody that treats me good. That's something I was just telling him because we were, yeah, it's a little too personal. But, anyways, we did talk about that. Some rando. I know. If I know who's, believe me, Esther, I can tell when somebody, I don't take the advice of like somebody I've never really seen before, or if I've only seen them and hear, saying negative things, and I notice that they're always like being negative towards me. I'm not going to sit there and listen to their advice. Do I think that their advice is in my best interest? No. But I do many, 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 many times see many of the mods and even like many of the people been here forever, like telling me, giving me advice and telling me not to this, not that, not because they're like griping at me, they're really care. Okay. And I can tell the difference. So I hardly think I'm going to take the advice on a relationship from somebody I've never seen before in chat or somebody who always has something negative to say. But if I know somebody's intentions, if I feel somebody's intentions are good, then yeah, I will take into account their advice. And because sometimes, well, a lot of times when we're in relationships, especially if you're really into the dude, I mean, duh, like, or whoever you're with, sometimes like we can get a little stupid. It's like drunken love, right? So it's definitely like a real thing in the beginning of relationships or getting to know people. You have to keep, sometimes it's, especially at my age, like it's important that I still maintain like certain responsibilities. And I still have my daughter, she's first above everything. And I would never even consider dating anybody who didn't feel the same way on that. Like their kid should be first. And, we talk about all that, but I asked him that too, Rennie. I mentioned that. I mentioned the drinking is like, I'm like, are you sure it's like you're not making excuses for the drinking? Like, are you sure that you don't think that you have an issue with it? Because you can't like tell somebody they have an issue. If he really truly, what can you do? It doesn't mean, they always say like an AA and NA, like you don't know, you don't have you're not an addict or an alcoholic until you say you are. So I could say somebody is an alcoholic, but like it's not me to decide. Unless like that's what they label themselves, and that's one thing, but like really it's up to the individual to decide if they have an issue, and it's tough because when you feel like something's like interfering and you're worried. Right now all I can go by is like what I witnessed. If it continued, like, yeah, I definitely would be like, hey, I do think drinking is probably a little bit more of an issue. But right now it's so early on that I don't have much like to go by, but it is something to definitely Because that's like a big thing for me. Like, I can't deal with alcoholic. I just don't want to get into that painful, it's the most helpless thing being in a relationship with an addict, because no matter what you do, it will never change anything unless they want to change. And it's like a very stubborn, it's not fair. It's a one-sided relationship. So yeah, that's definitely, and alcohol is like, to me, like, they're all bad actually. I don't want it to deal with any of it. You would. Well, I know he doesn't drink like on work nights and stuff, so I don't know. That's why I asked him if he thinks that possibly he might have a problem with it. But he swears he doesn't, but we'll see. Like, I mean, in another couple weeks I'll have probably a better grasp as I just don't want it to, I definitely don't want it to get to a point where, like, I just really, I've tried to tell him that I can work with a lot, but one thing I cannot bend on is like honesty. You have to be honest. And that means, like, if I ask him, like, are you drinking? Obviously I want the truth, but I don't want it to get to the point where he's afraid to tell me or something. I don't know. There's just like this whole, I don't think he would lie, even if he seems like, I don't know. I think he really truly believes he doesn't have a problem, I guess. And maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Well, I'm like the perfect type for like somebody who needs like fixed. That's like what Pisces are for. Pisces are for, like, they're attracted to, like, helping. They want to be like kind of is like a guy who like rescues a girl, but the other way around. But Pisces are like more nurturing. So it's like different. It's more in a, you want to like help them, and it's like, you kind of desire that, but at the same time, you do need something back. Oh, that's not so nice. Thank you, Rennie. Well, I think, though, if he's really into me and stuff, then I think that he'll prove it to everybody, over time. But so far, some people, many people don't think it's a good thing for me. So I guess we'll see. You don't need a fix. Yeah, but oh, thank you, Genesis. Hey, Roswell, did you get my email? I don't know. I didn't even check my email to see if you emailed back. I've been trying to get a hold of you about the sale. I emailed you from my new email and also the old one, but Be understanding, but don't miss the disrespect. Oh, you have a new one. Okay. I was just asking about the sale. That's it. He was a year older, and I went to CVS to get my meds, came back, and oh my God, he hadn't fought in over a year, and he didn't leave a note. I have no clue. Oh my God. Did he have PTSD? Oh God. Oh my God, dude. I can't even imagine. I just cannot, like, now I'm like thinking, oh my God, that's gonna be freaking me. Why am I going? Why do I like screw with my think the worst? Like, oh my God. He was here with my 17-year-old and she could have found him. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Like, I don't know. When people get so to a point of such despair and just no hope, no light at the end of the tunnel, constant torment. When they get to that, it's like sometimes like the energy, I mean, you just you have to, I mean, he didn't even like care enough like to love himself. So I guess that, I mean, you would think that somebody would be more considerate in hopes that their child wouldn't find him, but like I try to put myself in other people's shoes too and think that he couldn't have been in his right mind, you know what I mean? Like nobody, you just have to look at people like kind of with kind of like pity, not pity, but empathy, but you know, would I encourage a guy, her to date a guy with like him? Yes. But yes, I would, but as only as how I think I know him at this point. If it, I don't know. We'll have to see. I need a little. I think overall he is a really good guy. Yeah, but I don't know if he is like the right one for me. I don't know for sure. I feel like it, but I don't know. I could just be so like, who knows? I don't know. I don't think he's a bad guy at all. I played this now game for 2 years. Best thing I did was walk away. Wait, what do you mean for 2 years? That sucks. One of my close friends came back from Iraq and didn't even know who people were. He was one of the first to be deployed and he ended up taking his life, but this is close as I have come. I never understood years later why, but it was messed up. He was normal to me though. Kissed me by like normal. Everything was completely normal. He stopped drinking 7 years before he did it. Never did drugs. Oh, I mean, everything's perfect. Like when we're together. I mean, it couldn't be any better. Like seriously. It's seriously, I mean, he's all, I mean, yeah, it's all great. There are 22 veterans a day who unalive themselves due to PTSD. They feel and have seen so much their mind can't process it without treatment. It takes a lot of time. I've been working hard for 40 years. No, he already knew about the whole ex thing. He knows that. He already knew about that. No, he knows I'm not into my ex. Like, I would think. I hope so, but maybe I don't know. I would think he would know that. Oh no, it's always it's always like you have to decide. I look at it much different now. I look at things like, am I willing to put up with this like the rest of my life? Because if I'm going to be with somebody, I have to accept them how they are. I can't, I mean, that's just how it is. Can I live with this person the rest of my life? Because I can't like hope that this one little thing that really bugs me might change. Maybe, you can't think like that. If somebody shows you like after, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm like to that like crossroads here. I have to see something different like now, today. Oh no, you don't offend me. You have to be honest. Like that's all I can ask you guys. As long as you have as long as your intentions are good, then hopefully I'll feel that and be able to tell, but sometimes I'm not the best at usually I'm pretty good intuitively, but when it comes through text, it's different sometimes. But it's all about intentions with me. Because in intentions and honesty, like I would never want somebody to lie to me just to make me feel better. Like I hate that shit. Like I hate that with a passion. But I don't think there's a reason to be like brutally, rude about something. There's certain ways like for some things you want to say it. But if I have some like rando coming in that never comes around telling me, "Oh, dump the dude." Oh, it's like, why would that's when I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to listen to anything they say because their opinion means nothing. Or if somebody has been here all the time making negative like comments, never have anything nice to say, I'm not going to take them very seriously. I look at things like much different than I did in my 20s. I'm trying to do things differently. Like, you know what I mean? If it hasn't worked ways I've done it before, then I need to do it differently. Like, it's just like a trial and error your whole life. Trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, So, oh shit. Obviously, there's a lot of people that are much more wise than me. And many of you guys could teach me a lot. And I'm sure I could teach you guys a lot about, we all have stuff to. So, yeah, it's important that I see, just as long as you're honest, and not trying to like, as long as you keep an open mind and give them a chance, and because I think ultimately if I end up really liking him and sticking, I think that you guys will like him too. Because if I'm still sticking with him here in a couple weeks, then there's probably a reason. You're not snapping at your subs just because I don't agree with you. I try not to. I mean, I don't think that I have snapped before when I've taken comments wrong and then I feel horrible. Right. And it's not, and I don't mean negative, like it's not negative just because it's something I might not want to hear. That's not negative. That's just the truth. So if it's the truth, then you should never be I can't be mad at anybody for telling the truth. Now I might feel like I want to be mad for a very short time, but I will get over it. At least they were honest. Like, yeah, but he's not like a child as far as he's very responsible in his life. So it's not like I'm, like he's not working or anything like that. It's nurturing him in a different way. Yeah, I know I hate feeling like I hate hurting people's feelings. And it used to be like even worse to the point it was like almost like debilitating almost. Like I just hated hurting people's feelings. I would hate to hurt guys' feelings. I would go out with guys I didn't even want to go out with because I was afraid to hurt their feelings. I didn't want to. That's why I'm like, dude, just I hate that. I hate when I don't want somebody doing that to me. I want them to just be like, please do not keep me around if you do not want to be with me because it's definitely. You think about you and your daughter's well-being now, what's best for both of you. After I had my child, I grew up a lot and I was like, F all that. Everybody has their things though, right? I guess it's just like what are you willing to put up with? I think. I mean, so his thing's PTSD, or I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe he says it's PTSD. I mean, it seems like that's true. But is there alcohol that's kind of playing into it too, like more than he believes? That's possible. That's the only thing I don't know for sure. I kind of am like iffy about. I don't think he's trying to be dishonest to me at all. At all. I just think that that's just our perceptions, and also like a lot of times it is a pride thing, or it's very a lot of times it's hard to look at it as an addiction, or especially with alcohol because it's so accepted in society. So people are like, it's normal. Everybody does it, What the heck is that? My portal is making weird noises. Right. Yeah. Shell shock and their night terrors where you're back, and yeah, he is seeking treatment. He was on here earlier talking about that because people were asking if he is, and what gets me is that there will be a barrel of load of trolls who will judge you without acknowledging that they are part of the complications here, invading the privacy of a man for kicks. Yeah, they know what they're doing. That's why they know, like, They're trying, but he's like that stuff. Thank God that stuff's not like he's stronger as far as in that aspect, because a lot of people want to be able to deal with that. But that doesn't seem to bother him. He doesn't even, I mean, I don't know. It's almost like he liked coming on here, but I wanted him to come on about other things, not about, us talking about too personal things. I know what I want. Like, I know what I want. Like, that's not, like, I definitely know what I want. But he needs to decide, does he want to be with me? Like, he says that he does, but I have to see it, and I have to see it like now, because I'm just not, I can't go on fumes. If you're not giving me anything, I don't know. Stuff has to make sense. Yeah. Just don't think I could have another relationship. He was my soulmate, but obviously I wasn't his. Oh, so that makes you feel like, I could see why it would make you feel like that, but it's like not correct, but I could see how somebody's mind can like trick you into believing like, oh, he didn't care for me enough. If he did, then he would, still be here. He didn't care about possibly our child finding him. The pain, like that people, the depression, you have to try to compare it to if you've ever dealt with regular depression. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm not even sure if I can't even say for sure. I feel like I have PTSD, but I don't have it as far as military. I've never been in the military, and I haven't been in combat. So, but I have it. So I can't even really compare. I don't feel like. But like when you're really depressed, I do know that you just, I don't know, it's just horrible. You have to try to keep, look at things like from his viewpoint, at how he was, you have to relate it to the best that you can think of, like where you in your life that you could relate to, because that's all we can do is use past experience. So, but it's difficult, and I know it would be super hard to understand. And I can imagine too myself being like pretty hurt, and it sucks, and it can make you mad, and switch all these emotions. It's just CPSTD, chronic PTSD. Does that mean chronic? That's true. I guess I would have to, if but he's not going to be what I want. If I don't see him today, if I don't see any change, I'm not going to want to be with him. So I will not. I have to see him today, and it has to be, I mean, I don't know. That's just, I don't know. That might sound like crazy, but it's like put up or show up like now. Like yesterday, dude. He's gone through breast cancer treatments, and he didn't have to leave. He chose to, and I don't know if ever forgive him. I don't want to do chemo. He told me I was selfish, so I did it. And then, oh, wow. So it was like, so you hate that. Because that's like we're the ones, like the people that survive that type of stuff, they have to deal with it. Like, not only do you lose like a partner that, it's always, there is definite benefits to being in a relationship, financially, stability, purpose, just, it can be, it's just like, for some people, it just, it's super important to them. And, there's definitely positives and negatives, like, and more negatives depending on, just depends like what type of person you are. Let's see, let me read. Yeah, I'm just thinking of that situation. It isn't that I can see why you would. I see why you feel the way you do. I totally can. I can see I would be probably the same way, even though I don't think it's like the right way to, because it's putting blame on yourself instead of, and it's not your fault. It wasn't like that he didn't love you enough. And it sucks because they don't think that's like people, you're the one that has to deal with everything. It's like he got the easy way out, you know what I mean? And you're like, man, I wanted to have the easy way out, and you convinced me not to. Like, that's not exactly how I was just talking to Jason earlier. I was saying, like, are you serious? Like, I was the one that didn't want to be in a relationship. Like, and now it feels like you're pushing me away. Like, what? WTF? Why did you chase me? Why did you try to talk to me for like ever, years? Having to put up with me a lot of. Oh, that's horrible. Oh my gosh. I would never want. I yeah, I would be. I totally get what it is saying. We last hung out last Wednesday. Last time I saw him was last Wednesday morning. And then today was the first time I had actually talked to him on the phone since. Well, we can go with the flow, but like, I'm not waiting. I need, if you're saying that you're with me, then we're together. We're not like, I know. I mean, I don't know what's that entail? Like, the go with the flow. What's that entail? What's that mean? Like, that's, I see, and that's something he would say too. He'd say, "Oh, just stop overthinking." That's funny because I saw that's what Sheba mom texted me, and I saw the beginning of her text, and I was like, It's what he always says, and I agree, but like he's overthinking too. It's like, dude, you're seriously telling me to not worry, stop worrying so much, and you're gonna tell me that, like, why are you telling me not to worry, but you're actually freaking out like yourself? That's why I would think that he'd want to see me, but I do, when he told me he was coming off those medication or that antidepressant and stuff, I was like, okay, it made sense until like, he tells me he's at his dad's best friend. So I was like, okay. Um, but I am going to go. It's 7 a.m. I know I haven't been on even an hour, but I need to go to sleep because it's 7. Yeah, he was on here talking himself. He was on here. Guys, like he was on the channel earlier and he knows like this is what I was doing when I met him. I mean, I was very, very upfront with what he would be putting up with. Trust and believe, and I tried to warn him, and nobody can prepare for that. Oh, that's cool. Accountability partner. That's really cool. No, he's not. I don't understand. Like, that's one of the things I said. Like, why did you quit your freaking antidepressant, dude? Exactly. That's how I feel. Freaking don't talk about it, be about it. That's exactly the point I'm at. And that's what's happening. I'm not like wavering. I'm still in the same mindset. Um, I am still in the same mindset and sticking to I don't see you by end of today. You don't put if you're not making actual effort, like I'm not begging you. I'm not no, like just know, like, I mean, I'm not gonna keep this is not continuing. Like so just make sure this is what you want. Well, Suzanne, perhaps he should have not got involved with me because I have been completely upfront with him. And so, I mean, he knows, like, I'm going to know I'm not going to be wasting time. I'm too old. I'm not 20 anymore, and I just don't have time for that. I don't have, like, several weeks I can do this up and down bullshit. Like, and then I'm so depressed that I can't focus what I need to do. No, I won't be. I promise you, I will not be dealing with something like this for long. If he wants to be with me, he wants to be with me. I don't care if it's too fast. I really do not care. He knows me from high school. Like, you just I don't know. Sorry. Like if it's too fast, then just bye. That's his choice too. When he said what? Why did he pursue you? But what was it that you were saying that to? Well, he got divorced a long time ago. Antidepressants. I mean, I do. This is kind of weird topic to talk about, I guess, on here, but I have heard that, but I don't think that that's what it is in this instance. God. I don't think so anyways. Like, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I've always found that alcohol usually is really not good for that. That's what I've found. And weed is the best for it. 2 thumbs up. Oh yeah, when he said take that slow, exactly. That pissed me off. Like, oh God, thanks for reminding me. Now I have a reason to be mad at him again. Ugh. I'm like, no, dude. We live an hour away, wine time. It's not like, okay, he has a real job. I'm not completely like ridiculous. And I understand real life is happening outside of like my life that's very different than most. I understand how the world operates. But I'm not like I'm not like that needy. Like I'm needy, but not that needy. I don't need like constant attention. Actually, I don't know. I'm needy, I guess, right now, kind of, but usually I'm not because I'm more of a loner. Boyfriend is a stoner. He smokes weed only. That makes less. Oh my God. Weed is the best freaking thing for sex ever. Yeah, we have both changed, and that's true. Complex PTSD is commonly suffered by many who had a caregiver with a personality. Huh. It's like you best be home and not in bed. Ain't no reason you should be out at 3 a.m. That's not needy. That's different. That's not needy. Needy is needy. Needy is like ridiculous stuff. Like stuff is just too needy. And usually I'm not like that at all. But I do think I'm being a little bit, I do believe, if I'm being fair, I do believe I'm being a little bit needy. But also, I'm not being absolutely ridiculous either. So, psycho level, probably about a 5 out of 10. I'm out at a 5 out of 10 psychoness. So for rating it on how psycho, I guess if you want to, because needy, psycho, they like kind of like go together sometimes. And I love being alone, but I mean, I have to be. I mean, I can't. I would say that at least being around somebody once a week, right? I was like, what do you consider like would be normal? Like, what? How often should we be seeing each other? He's like, I don't know, like 2 3 times a week. I'm like, are you serious? That's like, are you? That's like a dream. Do you understand? I haven't seen you in like a week. I don't need to see you every 2 to 3 times a week. Like, whoa, pump the brakes. Don't get that excited. I'm just kidding. No, I don't, but I don't. Like, I'm talking once a week. Like, if you're at 2 3 times a week, okay, cool, we're good. Like, okay, so what's happening here? I definitely, yeah, because if I'm giving somebody else that attention, I mean, it has to be reciprocated. I never understood those people who, and it happens a lot. So I know it's not like something I've only seen, but I've never understood like why people, I mean, I've seen women and men do it. They'll be so like in love that they just like let the person like walk all over them, um, use them in every way, and still like completely loyal and dedicated to them. Dude, I'm just bored, right? Like, talk to me. Like, no, I don't think love's instant. But I will tell you, I think it's pretty damn near instant. In my experience, the one time that I truly loved somebody and they truly loved me, and like we were actually in love and it was mutual, there was no, it was just we both like really um cared about each other. And the last time, that was like pretty much I felt that from the minute I saw him. The minute. And it never really changed. But but that situation was my fault. Like, and I mean, I just, I was dealing with addiction and stuff, but um so my only experience with like, as far as like really, I guess being in love or whatever, is that instant like attraction. And that's kind of, when I first saw Jason, that's kind of how it was. It was like I immediately just like got, it was weird. But thankfully he didn't get freaked out too bad. Yeah, I had an instant connection. I mean, the whole time, like with that guy. It truly was just like sometimes, I mean, addiction really, yeah, it causes a lot of problems and ruins a lot of good relationships. And I thought that's really like when at first I knew either it was, when I had that reading by Mermaid, Mystical Mermaid, I was like, either I knew she was either talking about my ex, that we would end up together, or it was Jason. I knew it was one of the two. Oh my gosh, it's scary as hell, isn't it? Just like, no, performance anxiety. No, maybe I should. I do need to work on getting out of here though, because. But no performance anxiety. That's definitely not any type of problem when I'm with him, as far as like everything's. I mean, I'm not talking about sexual, like, I guess. Well, I guess it could be. I mean, I know you're talking about sexual stuff, but um I don't I it sounds so cliche talking about it. Like, I feel like really weird even saying this because it's so cliche. But it was like everything was perfect. Like, I've never experienced something that went so perfectly like that. And which was weird because, especially because I wasn't, I had never been on even a date before sober, because I hadn't, I mean, except with my ex, but that's not the same. Like, you're in a relationship with that person. So yeah, I've been on dates with him sober, but I never gone out on a first date like sober. I've never gone through a beginning of a relationship being sober, like without being on something, as far as like whether that be my ex, the last one, or any time before that, because me and we started dating like over 9 years ago. So that's right about the time that I started changing my life. And in the beginning, yeah, I was hot. I was messed up all the time. So yeah, it was weird because I'm like, oh my God, I was super nervous. I wasn't on any substances, like no, nothing, not alcohol, any weed, nothing. And I thought for sure that I would be like incredibly shy, which I was, but also it was just like perfect. I mean, it was the most perfect thing I've ever experienced, as far as like with connection the first day. And it sounds so sappy, but it really was like. And I don't think either one of us were really expecting to like hit it off like that, I guess. Like, that's what we always say, both of us, though, because I don't think you really expect something like that. No, he's not. It's the birth control thing, like. And I know Buttercup's like a hater, so I understand. Like, they're not coming from any type of good place, but I would have no problem. I don't know. He probably, I mean, yeah, the birth control thing, that didn't scare him away, because I showed him, like, I showed him actual proof that I had ordered it even before he, like, I showed him proof, like, when's the last time I took it? Like, dude, it's totally fine. Don't worry. If, like, now, so obviously we know not to have sex because I don't have birth control. Not freaking using condoms. Probably, more than likely. I don't know. I'm used to being in relationships, so I never even freaking thought of that kind of stuff. I didn't like just go sleep around. So I think that, well, he did bring up the birth control thing to me, like when he heard it being talked about on here. And yeah, I mean, it concerned him but I, and I'm glad he brought it to me, because I'm like, listen, don't worry. I was on birth control like last time, don't worry. Like, I'm not going to be getting, I would never trick somebody like that. First of all, I'm 41 also. I don't think that that's even going to happen. I don't think it's even really something to worry about, but um I wouldn't never. The thing is, like, he really didn't ask either. Like, hey, are you on birth control? Like, that did not come up. So it was really both our faults. It didn't really come up until he heard me talking about how I had run out of my birth control. Then he's like, wait, you didn't tell me you ran out of birth control. I'm like, you didn't even ask me if I was on birth control, actually. So, yeah. Aw, that's so cute, Danny. I'm ready to show that he's here to show me I'm ready for a relationship, just not with him. Oh my God. Like, I'm no, like, if I'm not, no, I'm not, like, no way am I gonna just like date somebody else. Like, it's like either this is working out like right now or it's not. And I mean now. We're going for it or we're not. And that's like all in or all out. Which one are you? Like, if you're scared, that's fine. Okay, so you're out. I know it sounds so like black and white, but it is. And that's just what I'm not willing to budge there. So, like, right, exactly. You can't ever settle. My rush is I'm 41 years old and I hate wasting my time. I mean, I don't have to move in with them. I'm not saying like, oh, we get married right this second. But even if I was saying that, that's my stipulation. So, like, that's it. What, you know what? Like, it is what it is. If that were something, I mean, that's not at all what I'm saying. Because it's not about getting married. It's about like taking just that one little step. Like, you saying you want to be with me, so let's just do it. Yeah, I just want to know he's like, aw, you've worked really hard and independent. You make you and your daughter first. A gentleman would know that. Oh, thank you, vet girl. He knows that. He does. He knows that. That's one thing he does know. He's, I'm he's just And that's like, do you experience PTSD or because that's just like one of his main, like, that's always been the main thing since I first started. His main concern, he was really, that he talked about that from the beginning is that he was afraid that his PTSD was gonna like ruin things for us. I'm like, what do you mean? And I guess I didn't really understand. I mean, I knew he was scared. I could tell like he was genuinely scared about ruining it. So I feel like, okay, like it must have been an issue before. Um, yeah, I am feeling better, but you're waiting on your wait, I'm trying to remember. I know, and that's what I tell him. I'm like, dude, like, you know, the alcohol is so bad for you. That's what I worry about. Well, I mean, too, he doesn't. I'm trying to think if he's like normally like that when it's just me and him because I'm just being fair because that was his first time. You know, he was nervous about people listening. Like, I mean, he wanted to come on the panel, but at the same time, he was nervous about it. So, I mean, I could see like if maybe he was nervous, and that could be why, like what you're talking about. But he does. I mean, I don't know exactly what you mean by dance around like questions. So but I do know he seems to like tell me what I want to hear, and it's like, okay, everything you're saying is like perfect. So what's wrong then? Why aren't you here? You know what I mean? Like, are you being honest with me? Because if you truly feel how you do right now, then why aren't you here? Then he tries to like bring up this PTSD, and I'm like, okay, like I try to be understanding and stuff, but then he's out like, you know, with his dad and his who he calls his, I guess it's kind of like his second dad. So kind of like a godfather in a way, right? I guess it would be. So they were drinking, and it's like, but I thought like I don't know. I know that's comfortable to him because that's his family. So, you know, and if the guy's like his second dad, that's definitely like family. And so I'm sure it's, you know, more comfortable and PTSD is complicated, but I know zero alcohol because of meds, emotions, triggers. Yeah, exactly. And that's what we were saying. It's like he was talking about how he was worried to counteract different medicines. Like that's what he was talking about on here. And I'm like, but dude, like you're drinking it. And that's like the worst for PTSD because alcohol causes anxiety. Like when you don't have it, especially it does the same thing like Xanax does when you don't have it. It causes anxiety. Yeah, it helps like ease your anxiety at the time, but you know, when you're coming off of it, it just like it will make your heart race and oh, I know, right? He couldn't answer why he ghosted. He doesn't have an answer. Like I know, and it's like, his his astrology sign is Capricorn. And he's actually, and trust me, like, yeah, I looked all into that stuff. He's supposed to be like, Capricorns are supposed to be a really good match for Pisces. But he is very close to his birthday is really kind of close to the cusp, though. But I could definitely see a lot of Capricorn energy in him. Work is definitely his top priority, probably, besides his son. But like, and that's like a Capricorn. So, and he's definitely a routine type person. And that's kind of how Capricorn is, but I don't know. I'm trying to think what the bad parts of it are. My first husband was a Capricorn. Yeah, but that was like, whole thing was not really your. It was always him, not the drug. It's like, wow, you came to realization as like, oh my God, dude, it was him the whole time. Like, I was making excuses that it was the meth because I needed an excuse. But then you find out it's him. It's like, what the hell? I hadn't dated over 30 years of divorce. He smoked, drank in a band. I didn't do anything. My fam hated him. He quit all except band. Been happily married for 15 years. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't bother me if he drank like once a week or something. I think like twice a week's really pushing it, and I think that's more like what he drinks. But once a week, even if he's getting buzzed, like, it's fine. It wouldn't bug me. But I didn't even want to really even give that leeway. I wasn't gonna, I wasn't willing. Like, that's one of the first things I asked him. Like, dude, do you smoke? Like, when he told me to smoke, I'm like, no, no. That's like that is a no freaking bend rule. That is a no exceptions. No excepcionados. No fumar y no cerveza. Or other alcohol. I don't know how to say alcohol in Spanish. Oh, wow. 68 years. It's amazing. But see, like, that's the thing. Like, that is definitely amazing because that's like quite the task. Being in a relationship is really a job at times. So that is definitely something to be celebrated. But like, I don't know if I could. I feel like if I was in a relationship with somebody for 68 years and that was like the only guy I'd ever been with or anything, that would be cool. Like, yes, that would be cool. But I kind of wonder if I would have resentments. Because I think I'm too much of a free bird that would have had, and in order for me to ever like settle in my life, I have to have like experienced certain things. Like, and it's not like so much a sexual thing at all, really, actually. It's just like I don't know. I'd have to see what it's like. I'd always wonder what it'd be like to be with somebody else. I guess it's not bad. But I mean, I've already been there and done that, so I don't even care anymore. Though, so it's not like it doesn't even matter anymore. I know that's what I know, right? They suck you in saying it's, and I don't want that to happen. Just like, that's how, like, and the smoking too. Like, I was like, okay, if this is all he's, I mean, the amount he smoked like the first date, I was like, okay, I can handle this. It's not bad. He doesn't smell like smoke. I didn't smell it in his car. He didn't even smell it. His clothes didn't even smell like smoke. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can handle it. Um, so the smoking, I don't think is going to be a problem as long as I can. If we ever were to move in together, I would just be like, can you not smoke in the place, please? But if I'm like going to decide to be with him, I have to accept it. It's like I have to accept. There's certain things I have to accept if I'm wanting to take the plunge, I guess. Not like plunge as in marriage, but just be with somebody. I don't know if I would ever get married, guys. Like, I don't know. People they want to say, when I told you guys like I've never been married, I told Jason about that because I'm like, dude, I just need to tell you, like, please, like, if there is anything you hear on YouTube that you have any questions about, can you please come to me, because I just want to tell you some stuff, right, real quick too, like, because it came up recently. And so I told him the whole story about the marrying that Brazilian guy or whatever. Cause I'm like, I was like scared to tell him, like, because I told him I had never been married because I do not feel like I've ever been married. Like, that's why I say it. It's not to deceive anybody. It's not to put out something that is false or make myself look a certain way. It's just how I feel. If I have not gave that, I have never married somebody in my opinion. I have never got married. Um, Besides, like, I don't even need that. Like, you can tell when somebody is into you. You don't need to really be married. I do have boundaries, but like, and I'm trying to learn from past mistakes and not bend, because sometimes, like, especially this instance, like I was completely like head over heels for this guy, like, immediately. And I imagine, yeah, I imagine I could just make excuse after excuse because you're just like, so like, oh, this is like wonderful. The good is really good. But then but then the bad's like really bad, and it's just, ugh. I know they will. the smoking, and I know it will turn into. I know it will end up turning into an issue. It will. It will. I know it will. Especially, I don't know. I don't know so much as the smoking. Like if he's, I don't know. It matters how much he's smoking. Like if he was smoking, I mean, like a half pack a day or something. That's it probably wouldn't even like really phase me too much. I mean, and as long as it was like outside and stuff like that, just somewhat considerate, you know. But the alcohol is what really worries me the worst. Even though I know that smoking is like really bad for the health, and that bugs me too because I don't want it to like put my time into somebody that's like not trying to stay around for a while. Well, I have. Well, I mean, I'm already decided. If something does not. If I come on tonight and there's nothing changed, if I don't have good news tonight, then you guys will know I am done. And I just will not like. And I have to stick with it, and it sucks, but I have to. I do have to. Is it bad? Really bad? Yeah, because I hate being out of control like that. I don't like. I need a freaking ibuprofen. My head hurts. um, the bad is really bad because it's such an intense like change. Like it goes from like the best you could ever imagine. Like the best connection ever, and to like just the opposite. I don't know. Yeah, vet girl. I mean, I did for a couple days. Yeah, because I was trying to, be help him out and stuff, and because he was talking about like, oh, don't be. I'll definitely be visiting you. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna drive over here like every time. Like that's crazy. You're the one that has a regular job. Um, no, no, yeah, we haven't seen each other yet, and I'm like, I mean, as far as this, I mean, I call it yet because his days off are Mondays and Tuesdays. So I figure, okay, we're gonna be hanging out like probably Sunday. Probably Monday night, maybe Sunday night. But it just seemed like he was avoiding hanging out. Um, I don't know. He tried to explain it. Oh, really? Been living? That's awesome. All right, guys. He needs to help me pay for. Oh, well, that's not something like that was not him asking for it or anything like that. If that was something that would be a regular thing, then yeah, I mean, we both would have to help with that. I wouldn't be able to sustain that. And I don't know. I think he should have invited me to go with him also. That's exactly what I think. I 100% believe that. And every time I say I'm like to him, every time I was telling him this stuff, like once I got off the last live and ended it and deleted it because my daughter walked out in her skivvies. But yeah, I told him, dude, like, what the heck? You're sitting here telling me how much you miss me and telling me you want to. I mean, just everything. I'm like, but you weren't here. So, and he's like, I know, you're right. I'm like, okay, so why? Because are you not wanting to be with me? Because if not, just please let me know because that would be easier. I'm like, was like begging him to like be like, hey, just tell me you're not into me. Right. I don't want to be his backup. And that's the thing. I'm not going to I'm not gonna yeah, he came on for a little bit, Danny. Oh, thank you, Vet Girl, and thank you so much for the super chat. That was really so sweet. Exactly, that's what I was saying. Think Pink Lovers, like you would think you would have want to be here. So that's what your mind's thinking. It's like if somebody's telling you they miss you and stuff, and I've made it like completely like convenient for you to come see me. So why aren't you here? Oh, you're just so busy. Oh, really? Okay. Well, we'll just you'll just be like really busy forever, I guess, because I will never be back over here. So he already knows that I'm not. This is like not happening again. Yeah, that's what I told him. I said, "Listen, I did tell him because I refuse to take anything different. Like it's like okay, you're being stubborn, and you're. I mean, I've literally like been over backwards for you. So, put up or shut up. Like you really believe this, or if you really feel the way you feel, then things will change. I mean, at least a little bit. I mean, I'm not asking a lot. And they will change like ASAP. And I'm not trying to be pushy or an asshole or a bitch or anything, but they will like now. Sorry. That's just, I hate, I mean, it sounds mean and it sounds like it does sound pushy and stuff, but like, that's just my, I mean, that nobody has to be with me. He doesn't have to be with me. When I say nobody, I don't even want to be in a relationship. I didn't want to be in a relationship anyways. I mean, I guess so. If he would have decided that he didn't want to be with me, I mean, I go back to my normal life and then I never date again like I planned from the get go. He kind of like slipped and kind of let me know. I think he kind of let me. I do know he pushes away too, but it's like, dude, I don't know. Oh yeah, exactly. I am. That's exactly what's happening. I'm not gonna. It's his turn to. It's his turn for a little bit. Like, I will be accommodating all the time. Like, whenever. Like, I will accommodate. I will be. I'm laid back and stuff, but I'm not gonna just be a fool. Like, I refuse that. I've never been one of those type that chase a guy. I would never. I don't like that. I find that every time I see a girl like that, I think it's so pathetic. I just like feel so bad for them. And so I hate that more than anything. And that's why I tell them, like, that's what you're making me feel, and I don't like that. And I despise that, actually, to the point that I will. I mean, it's totally making me just want to be like, screw it. Oh no, I haven't stopped telling them. This is the first time ever. It's not stop telling them. This is it. I mean, I haven't really. There's not been very many keep. There hasn't been like, you know. I mean, we don't have that long of a history. There hasn't been like something like repeated to him over and over. It's been said now like, twice. So that's it. Do you want to put up with me or not? Are you in or are you out? A freaking headache though. I know it's giving you anxiety, but don't worry, guys. Like, I totally feel I'm totally right there with everything you guys are saying, and I am 100% behind it, and promise you that I'm on it like white on rice. Like, I promise you. Yeah, I might cry and stuff, and yeah, but this is. I mean, I'll be depressed like a few days, but this is not going. I'm not doing this back and forth like forever. I promise you, you guys will not hear me saying this like a month from now. I'm not going to be doing the same song and dance routine. Mark my words, okay? Mark my words. So, like, right here, we are August 2nd. I will not be in the same position next month this time. Actually, it would be pretty much my year anniversary of this channel. So, it's a sign. Behind the scene lives. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. I can see why people would doubt it, because that's usually, I mean, that's how most people are. They say those things, and then, I mean, love will, and I don't know why I just said love, but relationships, even, I mean, I guess it is, the feeling of being in love. Like, people, it can be addicting, and it causes you to do stupid stuff, or what you think's in love, or lust, or whatever. Dylan Rounds. Trust your hesitancy. So what do you mean? You're saying that it wasn't a good thing that I lit up like that? Because, I mean, in kind of a way, it wasn't a good thing I lit up like that because, like, I should have already been talking to him. Just remember, too beautiful, these kid games, and I hope he gets his shit together and does the right thing. You deserve it. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, if he's willing to meet in the middle, I am totally down. And even if that means, like, sometimes that has to be 60-40, but, like, I mean, it's too early on to be struggling to make it work. Oh, thank you, Link. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's tough when I mean, it is so silly to. I mean, yeah, I did not think that I've just never. It's such a rare thing for me to even. I didn't think it would. I didn't think I'd be into him. I really didn't. And so when it happened, I'm like, oh, whoa, like I didn't expect this. Like, now what? Both of us were like that, actually. Who was still missing yesterday? It was his birthday. I really want to see your special investigative skills on this case. Dylan Rounds. Oh, thank you, May May. Oh, wait, what was Plant Diva? Well, thank you, Jane. Don't. Hey, Lana. Well, I am gonna get off here. Though. I mean, I always hate when people come in, like when I'm about to leave, because I feel like I'm abandoning them. But I feel bad, guys. It's almost 8 a.m. and like, yeah, I have to like be up at a somewhat decent time. Like, I can't expect the dude to come see me if I'm not awake. So I'll wait one more day for something. Right. That's true. I don't want to bring anything negative into Liz beer. That's good. Definitely a good way to look at it. All right, guys. Good night. I will talk to you. I'm sure I'll talk to you guys Tuesday night. I will Wednesday night I'm going to be on the reporter room. So look for me there. Thursday I'll be on Whatnot at like 6 p.m. So that means I have to get all my packages out before then. So I'll be in the meantime, sending everybody's tracking numbers. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for helping me through the stuff. I really appreciate it. I really do. You guys don't know how much it means to me, because I know that I can, like, at least I can lean on you guys, like, that's of course the first thing I always want to do is, like, when something goes bad, I want to be able to talk about it on here. And I realize it puts me at as a target, but I'm aware of that. It's not like I'm naive to that fact anymore. So I know what I'm getting myself into, and with that, so don't worry there. People, we've learned over time, the now almost year, 11 months, that they come up with stuff no matter what. So might as well give them something to talk about, I feel like. And I truly believe that. So everybody have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.